Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Jacob and you're tuned in to Last Stop Waterfowl Outdoors TV. Well guys, now the duck season's over. We have spring upon us, and when springtime hits down here, specifically in the south, we have warm temperatures, which right now we're at the beginning of February and it is unseasonably warm. We just got out of a blizzard, snow a couple of weeks ago here in Louisiana, and now we are looking at temperatures in the low to mid 80s. It's expected today. So what that means is that we're going to be taking the boat out this time for a different reason. We're going to be taking the Go Devil setup out today to do a little bit of fishing, a little bit of Sac-a-Lait fishing, or for those of you who don't know what Sac-a-Lait are, crappie or white perch, as some of our friends in North Louisiana refer to them, and what I grew up calling them. So we're going to go out on a local body of water right here, not too far from the house. We're going to take the boat out today. We have some warm temperatures like I mentioned, and hopefully we could get on some pre-spawn Sac-a-Lait and maybe catch a couple today. This is more of a scouting trip that we're going to do. Have a day off in the middle of the week, so that's rare. That's the first time in a long time I've had a midday off during the week. So hopefully not a lot of pressure. We do have a couple of trucks here at the launch, which is a good sign typically when you see some boats here in the middle of the week. So that could mean good things. Hopefully the fish are biting. We have a little bit of wind blowing today. It's an overcast day, but it's warm, guys. So hopefully these fish are getting into a pre-spawn pattern, and we can find a couple for you guys today to bring home to mama and be able to have a fish fry maybe this weekend. So like I mentioned, we got the boat out. You guys that follow the channel, you're familiar with it. The only thing we've got different on it now as compared to a few weeks ago when duck season was still open is we've added the trolling motor on it now. And besides that, we are ready to go, guys. Water clarity looks really good, so hopefully we can get on some fish for you guys today, and we'll take you all along with us as it unravels if we could get on some. So y'all stay tuned. This is Last Stop Waterfowl Outdoors TV. Got one on, guys. I think it's a Sac-a-Lait. Yep, sure is a Sac-a-Lait. There we go. There we go. First cast on the cork. That's what I'm talking about. Gotta be kind of quiet. We got a couple of guys right here. Which they're gonna see it here shortly anyway. But there we go. Got one. First one of the day. Jumped out. He was excited. Didn't want to go in there, I guess. All right, got one on the board. Yeah, we cast it back on the tree, got another one on. Might be on to something right here, guys. All right, let's get him. Yeah, there we go. Got another good one. There we go. Got another good one, folks. See that jig in the top of the mouth right here? There you go. That's what I'm talking about. All right, see this little tree right here? All I'm doing is casting a cork. I switched from a retrieving a jig, a little tube jig. I was throwing a little Benoit's Performance Bait straight tail jig, just with no cork, throwing it out there, retrieving it back like a beetle span, and didn't get any bites, so I picked up a cork. Went real shallow on that tree that you guys see right there, and bam, 2 casts, 2 fish. So that's a good sign. Might have a little something figured out on that tree. Let's see if we can get another one. Let's see around this other side of the tree if there's anything on it. Thinking there might be one on the other side of the tree, since there were 2 on that other. Oh, there he is. There's the bite. Y'all saw it? Yep, there he was. There he was. There he was. Another Sac-a-Lait, guys. Just trying to get away a good one here. Heck yeah. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about right there. That's what I'm talking about. Nice. On the other side of that tree right here is where he was, right where I said there could be one. One sitting right there waiting. So that's 3 guys in about 5 minutes. Some nice spawning Sac-a-Lait, South Louisiana Sac-a-Lait. Let's see if there's another one maybe on that side. Got him. We got one on this big cypress tree. If we could get him in. Yep, we got him. Big old female, it looks like. All right, picked it up on a cypress tree. There we go. Nice. Sunk it too, boy. Absolutely destroyed that jig. Top of the mouth. There we go. That's number 4, boys and girls. Number 4. All right, so I have a little pattern figured out. The problem is, in this area I'm in, I don't have a ton of trees. So they are moving up on these trees. It looks like as that water temperature is climbing up, which guy next to me told me water temperature that was in here about 20 minutes ago, about 67 degrees. That's, I don't know, it feels colder than that to me, but maybe that is the case. But it seems like when you are in the right spot, as far as the structure that they hold into, I'm kind of figuring out a pattern. And they seem to be holding to trees. They don't want to be on the edge of the lilies. They don't want to be on the laydowns. They are on the trees themselves. So that tells me that they're moving up on those trees to do their thing, to spawn. And even though it's early February, these fish have already made that transition to the shallows. Now, the first 3 I caught were more of the middle portion of this canal that y'all see down here. So there's no trees that are exposed in the back of this knockout right here that I could get to and cast to, so it's really hard to say if there's some in the back. But what those Sac-a-Lait will do is, as they make their way to these spawning areas back here in these canals, sometimes they'll be in the front of this canal, sometimes they'll be more in the midsection, and then eventually they'll make their way to the back, to the dead ends, and they'll stage up there and spawn. So it's hard to say today because I haven't been able to cast any trees in the back, but I can tell you that in the middle portion of this canal, the trees that are exposed is where I've got my bites at. So we're going to stick to that and keep on these trees as many as I could hit. Side of this tree. We got another one. Yep, Another big Sac-a-Lait. All right, so on the back of that tree where I just caught that other one, I kind of scooted up because this little patch of lilies was in my way, and I hit the backside of the tree. And as soon as I hit that backside, this, oh, I think I might have popped my line, y'all. Using some light line today, some 4-pound test line. And that one was sitting right on the back of it. So you can see that jig hanging out at its mouth right there. So we're going to try to retie here and cast back to the backside again and see if we can get another bite, maybe duplicate it. But that's number 5. So we picked 2 up on this tree. And we'll go ahead and drop them in the ice chest. Got some beautiful fish. The ones that we are catching are beautiful. My goal for today was really 10. That's what I wanted to catch, was see if I could get 10 good quality fish to bring home, kind of scout and be able to bring my boys back this weekend. So we're going to retie and then try to cast back on this tree again. All right, so we retied. We're going to cast back on this tree where we just caught. Oh, trying to flip a little light jig here, so y'all bear with me, guys. But on the back side of this tree, let's see if we could get another bite. Ooh, thought I saw a little bounce. All right, nothing there. Let's try again. Got our jig tipped. Let's see. Not quite close enough to the tree that I wanted, but let's see if there's anything that maybe hits it there. Because as they continue to get more into this spawn, what they're going to do probably is pull up closer to these shallow banks that you guys see right here. So they're going to be moving more shallow and more shallow. Although this tree is pretty shallow. But they love to get up on these trees when they're in that spawning mode. Especially anything with a hard bottom. Alright, so nothing there. Get our little piece of lily off. Let's try the front one more time. We could let it rest. Try to hit a few more trees and then come back to it and see. Maybe something else pulls up on it. Since we caught 2. Seems like on the other tree we caught 3. This one we caught 2. And that's about it. Yes. Alright, we got one off of this stump. First stump I'm able to get a bite off of. Off the back of this stump right here, this big cypress stump. So there we go. Got another decent size right there. Hit it kind of far off of that stump too. So bit it good, right in the top of the mouth. It's the first one I'm able to get on a lay down. But once again, big solid piece of wood. So that's what they continue to want to be on. What it looks like. I think that's number 6 or 7 right there that we got. So let's see if we can get another one. Maybe even off these cypress trees right here, this little clump. So that's a telltale sign also to spawn, guys. I don't know if y'all can see, but on this log right here we have an alligator. It's a Louisiana alligator sitting right here on this log, a little tiny one. He's just trying to get warm. He ain't worried about me. About 3 foot. 3 foot probably. Beautiful animal. Alright, we got another one on, guys. Sorry, I just turned off the camera. Let's get this one in. Boy, I'm talking almost pulled my jig back up in the boat and bam. That sucker come off this little tree. So, another good fish, man. Every fish we catching today, the good thing is they're all good quality. There we go. Caught them right off of that Tupelo gum tree right there. So Tupelo gum trees, cypress trees. That's the target. Pretty much any kind of tree, big tree. That fish took 2 or 3 pops of the cork before it finally hit it. Like I said, I was about to pull it up out the water. And bam, all of a sudden sunk it. Just knocked my stopper. So don't just make a cast or 2 and then, you know, or make a cast and then a pop or 2 and then pick it up. Stick with it all around that structure. And you never know if they're going to hit it. But come off of that Tupelo gum tree right here. Alright, we got another one on, guys, off this little lay down right here. Let's get it. See if I get it in. Yep, we got it. We're using light tackle. Like I said today, I am boat flipping them, but I know it looks easy, but not a great idea. I would say with this light 4-pound tackle, it's probably best to go ahead and net them. But right off of this little cypress lay down, there we go. Got another one. Another healthy fish. Good thick Sac-a-Lait. And for all my viewers watching that aren't from Louisiana, when you hear me say Sac-a-Lait and you're looking at it and saying, man, that's a crappie. You are correct. That is a crappie. That is a French terminology that we use here in Louisiana. We call them Sac-a-Lait, which is French for sack of milk, because their meat is white as milk. And this little fish got eggs. I could see it already. So, but that's why we call them Sac-a-Lait. Just in case you wonder, for all my out-of-state viewers that may be watching, Sac-a-Lait. So maybe you could start calling them Sac-a-Lait wherever you are, and see what your friends, if they look at you like you're crazy. But anyway, caught them off of this old cypress laydowns right here. Old cypress trees that just have a little bit pieces of it in the water. All right, we're gonna try on these little laydowns up shallow right here, see if we can't maybe get a bite. I figured that would be the case. Fucking hang up. That's pretty cool. We got this bird, if y'all could see it right here in this little slough that's drained coming out of the woods. He's just walking that little run out slowly, probably doing the same thing we're doing, fishing, sticking his head up under the water, getting him a good meal. He's in shallow water, and what those fish are doing is they're probably stacking up, those little baitfish, all those minnows and stuff like that, probably stacking up in the mouth of this slough that comes out of the woods. A lot of times that's a good spot to fish for these Sac-a-Lait too, and these bass if you're a bass fisherman, because those fish will stack up when these little runouts start running dry. They'll stack up at the mouth of these runouts, and you'll be able to catch them sometime. But that's pretty cool. That's Mother Nature at its best right there, doing the same thing we're doing as humans, fishing for a meal. Alright, so let's try to approach these trees right here. See if we can't get a bite. This is the last big cluster of trees we got in this little section I'm fishing. Oh, is it standing up or was it just the wind? I guess that was just the wind. Because if he would have stood it up like the rest of them, he would have took it. Gotta be a fish right here, huh, guys? Gotta be a fish right here. Too pretty not to have one. At least one. Almost got me hung up. Huh. Well, I'll be damned. Try on the edge of it. No Sac-a-Lait on this little group of trees, huh? I don't believe it. But then again, they don't think what I believe. They don't care what I believe. Oh, there he is. He was just further out. Smallest one of the day. But I was not even looking. I turned around to see where my cork was. And bam, he hit it. Little one. We're going to let him go. Let him go. Back, let him grow a little bit. It was still fun to catch him. I was wondering if we were going to get a bite off of that section. All right, we got another one on, guys. Just smoke that cork. Come on. Let's get you over. Ooh, that's a big one. That's a big one. That's the ones we're looking for. That's a big one. For South Louisiana, that's a big Sac-a-Lait. So, look at there. Beautiful big Sac-a-Lait right there. Nice thick back. He smoked it too, guys. He smoked it. That's what we're looking for. Whenever they are hitting it, they are absolutely destroying it today. Get around my ice chest right here. So I think we're at our goal, or pretty close to it for today, guys. We got a nice mess of Sac-a-Lait. Nice mess of Sac-a-Lait. And we figured out the pattern. We have broke the code for today, it looks like. Which isn't always the case. You guys know that do this quite a bit. That's the hardest part, is getting that pattern figured out. But we have figured it out. Even though it's not a difficult pattern, there's several people I talked to that were in here when I got here. Right around 11 o'clock I got here. And there was 3 or 4 boats in this cut. And most that I talked to that they had was 2 fish. And they all left. I'm the only one that's been in here for a while. So that tells you that they didn't figure it out, I guess. Or maybe I just got here at the right time and they turned on a little bit better. Could be the case. Nonetheless, we have figured out the pattern. So that's a great thing. That's a win. Let's see if we can get one off this little Tupelo gum and stump sticking out the water. Maybe there'll be something there. It's a good little combination. If I was a fish, I'd hang out right there. But apparently that's why I'm not a fish, huh? You know, guys, I'm going to tell you a little story. Every season, when I kick off fishing, you know, season in the springtime, and I'm Sac-a-Lait fishing, it brings back some great memories for me personally. My dad's dad, which would be my grandfather, passed away 12 years ago, and his nickname that all his friends called him was Fishing Daddy. And when I was in college and in high school, him and I spent a lot of time together. My grandmother had passed away many years before. There's one. There we go. Got one right next to that tree. Stood that cork straight up. But anyway, guys, me and him spent a lot of time together during those years. Pan fishing, Sac-a-Lait fishing is what he loved to do. And he was known around the areas as Fishing Daddy. Everybody knew him. Everybody, you know, they'd see him, they'd wave at him, they'd say, "Hey, Mr. Lionel, you catching today?" Because they knew he was on the fish. Everybody kind of wanted to talk to him because they knew he was around the fish. He was able to fish every day. You know, he was retired. And he taught me a lot about pan fishing. It made me a much better white perch or Sac-a-Lait fisherman. And as a fisherman, just as a whole. But every time it kicks up, and especially these days when I'm by myself, or, you know, I'm not really by myself. You guys are with me today, but by myself in the boat. It reminds me of those days that him and I got to spend together, where he taught me so much on how to do things the correct way, how to be a man. You know, he was teaching me so much more than just fishing, and I miss those moments with him. I miss him greatly when I'm on the water like this and thinking about him. I think about him a lot, and I'm sure a lot of you have stories like that. You know, so I guess my point is that no matter if it's a grandmother, a grandfather, a dad, a mom, if you have that opportunity, if they enjoy the outdoors, and you have that opportunity now while they're alive to, you know, pick up the phone and call them and say, "Hey, let's go make a fishing trip," or "Let's go make a duck hunt," or, you know, a deer hunt, or whatever. I would tell you guys to do it, man. Do it while you can, while you have them in your life, because once they're gone, all you have is those memories. And those memories are great, but it's not like having them with you to experience those trips, you know? So anyway, just getting kind of deep in my feelings, I guess, with you guys, but that's a cool little story that, you know, something that reminds me of my grandfather today, and kicking off the season fishing today, catching these Sac-a-Lait. Boy, he'd be proud. He's right there with me, I'm sure, right now in the back of that boat, even though I can't see him. He's probably catching. He probably got more than me. I'll tell you all that. So anyway, but we caught that one, guys, off of that old open cypress or Tupelo gum tree once again right there. So sticking with the pattern. The pattern today has been trees, man, trees, and trees up in the front of this cut that I'm fishing, not in the back. So that tells me they're moving into this cut right now, probably early in the spawn. It's going to probably heat up even more in the next couple of weeks, especially if the temperatures are warm to go along with it. So it'll be interesting to see. I'm sure we'll be back. That's what this is, a scouting trip today. So see if we can get another one. All right, so let's see if this next big cypress tree we can get one. We missed an opportunity on this last one. Just didn't hook into the fish well enough, so maybe on this cypress tree we'll get another bite. Still got our jig tipped with a nibblet. Didn't really get that one as close as I wanted. Let's try to get a little closer to this tree. Really nice right now. I got this little stretch all, oh, there we go. There he is. There he is, running to the boat. Boy, look at him go. Ooh, he stood that cork up and took off. There we go. Now we got more of a yellowish color to this Sac-a-Lait. Boy, he come off the minute I got him in. But once again, a good one. Another good one. Come off that big cypress tree. I called it just now, guys. Y'all heard me say it. Hopefully I could get one off of there, and it did. We're going to try to stay quiet around here and not make too much noise and cast back to it, because there's 3 trees that are together right here. So let's see if we can maybe pull another one off of here. Let's see, do we still have a nibblet? No, no nibblet. Yeah, we do. We do have a nibblet still, so let's see. I know we're close to it, but let's see if we can get another one. Get my line stretched out a little bit. I need a little bit of real magic right now on these. Ain't used them since last year. Let's see if we can get another one. So they are more towards the front of this stretch than they are in the back of the stretch like they would be later in the spawn. They must be kind of just transitioning in here right now. Alright, so now I swap banks. I'm on these other trees on the other side. These are some more cypress trees, it looks like. Let's see if we can maybe pick one. I went back to my color I was catching them on. Didn't take me long to experiment with a different color on a good set of cypress trees and not get a bite to say, oh, there we go. Oh, missed it. Y'all saw that right there? Cork stood straight up, set the hook, and just came flying out. Nothing. So there we go. We swap colors back, and we get a bite. Maybe it's the color. God dang, I hate to lose it. That was a good one, too. I felt him. Which they've all been pretty good. And that fish was kind of off of the bank a little bit. It was off of the tree. So, I mean, he just stood that cork straight up and just sat there with it. Felt like I had a good hook set. Guess it wasn't good enough, though, huh? That's only my second one I missed today, so I've been pretty good in my hookup ratio. But he was there, which is the good news. I think it may still be a little early for these fish, to be honest with you. They're not heavy in here yet. They're still kind of scattered out a little bit, you know. So, might be the early stages of it, of the spawn, then moving into here. Put it a little closer to the tree. No, too close, I was on the tree. Probably won't get a bite again from that same one I hooked into, that's for sure. Well, how about that one to finish off the day, guys? How about this big bass we caught? Little bass, took it like a Sac-a-Lait, thought it was a Sac-a-Lait. Went ahead, set the hook on him. And there you go. Pretty little fish, though. Appreciate the bite, little guy. Let him go and grow back. All right, y'all. Well, that's going to be a wrap for today. We are going to finish right here with our day of Sac-a-Lait fishing here in South Louisiana. So overall, really good day. I was impressed for my first trip of the season. I was able to put a little pattern together today, able to catch some fish, kind of figure them out, where they were, what trees they were holding on to. I still think it's very early in the spawn, so that's a good thing. That means we have time. We have, you know, a little bit of time to be able to kind of get a good bit of fishing in while the weather has been pretty solid lately. If it continues to stay warm like this, guys, it should be a very good spring with the spawn going on. So there's lots of opportunities to get out there and catch some fish, but I'll show you what we ended up with today. I said that my goal was to catch 10 fish today, and I think we got the goal. I hit my goal today, guys. So as y'all can tell and see right here, we have some beautiful, beautiful Sac-a-Lait that we caught today, some pre-spawn and some spawning fish. I think a little bit of mix of both of them, but beautiful fish. We always catch these black crappie down here in South Louisiana, and for not to be too far from home, you know, to be able to come and catch a mess of fish like that, that's really as good as it gets, to be honest with you. You don't have to travel real far when you go catch these fish. Had a lot of fun today, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, hit that subscribe button if you're watching us right here on YouTube. And if you're on our Facebook page, we appreciate it if you give us a follow. We'll have more fishing content like this now that hunting season's over, and we'll keep bringing it to you guys and taking you along with us. Until next time, my name is Jacob. We'll see y'all next time on Last Stop Waterfowl Outdoors TV, guys.